Hey guys, welcome to the next episode in the All-Regen Liverpool series, and yes, if you read the blurb here, it is, I think for the first time in nearly 20 years, we have managed to win it on 3 occasions. We've never got to the magic number 3. I think we've only gone, well, if you want to take it as a treble, as a double treble, we managed to do 6. As you know, if you watched way back in, I think it was between 2019 and 2025 or 2026 or something like that, we managed to do 6 in a row, but ever since then, we've only ever managed to win the title twice in a row. Only twice. But yeah, it's always been sort of City, Chelsea, Tottenham, have always sort of stopped us from getting that third one, but it is not the case this time. We have pushed on and managed to win, even though we never win the top goal scorer. I think I've only ever won it like in 30 odd years, like 3 times. Fredinho, Goetz and maybe Torre have done that, so that's a weird one. But this is the league as it looks. 10 points. We yet again cannot get to that 100 point barrier. We cannot break through. I think City are the only team to have ever done it. But once again, I mean, to be fair, we the last game we drew, but I think you'll understand why we drew it when you look at who we played. Leicester, Burnley and Bolton. It's weird to see Leicester now, of course, who they stayed in the top flight for like 20 seasons. They got relegated like a few years ago if you watched them videos. But yeah, Leicester to go down to a weird one. Newcastle, I've got to show you that actually. I'll show you how Leicester got sent down. There's been drama everywhere this time, absolutely all over the place. It's gone completely mental. And yeah, the table as it looks though isn't overall much of a it's not big, you know. There's not massive sort of, I guess, derby. I'll just go out on a whim and say it's now. We've got a quadruple, but not the quadruple that you're thinking of. However, I think I may have won a quad once, but I think that included like the Super Cup or something, so I don't count that. The Super Cup isn't anything. In the same way the Community Shield isn't anything, I don't count them too. But we have done a quad, and I will show you which quad we have done. But yeah, the only other team, I guess, Derby getting in 7th again. They're again a bit of a yo-yo team, but don't get relegated, if you get what I mean. They unfortunately are not going to get in Europe because if I just show you real quick, that's England FA Cup. Yet again, Barnsley have managed to get to the final. Admittedly, they have lost to Chelsea, so we have not won the FA Cup. I wonder what else we could do. I think I'll let you think about that. But yeah, now for those who watched way back, and I literally mean way back, literally a year ago, I'm recording this 364 days since this game was first launched. I launched this on Thursday the 6th of October 2011. I'm now recording this on the 5th of October 2012, and I'm still going. What have I done with my life? No, yeah, for those who remember that, like a year ago, the first FA Cup final on this game, Barnsley won. I don't know how. I think they beat us. I think that the problem at the time was there was a player who, I don't know if he still plays for them or not. For those who remember my Southampton save as well, and potentially maybe McCarthy's save, I think as well I might have even bought him on this save. There was a player, I don't know if he still plays for Barnsley, called Danny Haynes. He is a truly ridiculous player. He had the pace of Aaron Lennon, the shooting ability of a good, I don't know, I'm not going to go over that, but you know what I mean. He was unbelievably good for his thing. Let me find him actually. I wonder if he is still on the database. I doubt it. Haynes, Danny Haynes. Yeah, there he is. He's still a scout. Did I buy him or not? Was that on another save? No, it didn't. See, there you go. Barnsley. Damn, 15 goals. That's not bad. That was for Watford. Yeah, you know what? That's okay. He was at Reading. Was he ever in the Premier League? No. Well, yeah, he was at Charlton for a little bit, 10 years ago or so. Yeah, that's weird. He's a scout at Nottingham Forest. Anyway, that is that's that. So we didn't win that, but I will go through a few things now. I must point out we've had some weird things, because this is again probably going to give it away, but I've never really seen so many teams come in for my players before, and I've had players who want a new challenge and stuff, absolutely all over the place. The only new player you will notice here is Cisco, who I'm going to refer to as Cisco. I'm tempted to call him Thong, but no, I won't. If anyone knows the thong song, you'll know what I mean by that. Paid £16 million for him. He's a left back, so I'm obviously going to be replacing a left back. Wonder who that might be, because he wants a new challenge. But apart from that, they are the only new signings I've made so far. I do plan to bring in more, and yeah, we'll see how we do. Obviously, I think I need to maybe strengthen up front. I'm having all sorts of, as I say, I must have had at least 3 or 4 or 5 players tell me they want a new challenge, and again, I mean, I've made my point on this before. I think this happens just a little bit too often. I don't mind it. I think it is a necessity. You do need that type of thing to be able to rebuild the squad. But I don't want all bloody 20 of my players just telling me they want a new challenge. That just defeats the point of it. Obviously, I'm overdoing that one a bit. But what I mean is, I just think it's too common. It's still a too common a thing. Whether it got fixed in later updates, I mean, bear in mind, I'm playing on like 12.0.1 or something. I'm literally playing on like the demo version of the game. Still, there's bugs everywhere. So I think it is, and it might have been updated. So what I've got is I've got at least 5-6 players, including my captain, which is not good. But the good thing, obviously, about being the one in the Hall of Fame and doing all that type of thing is that it's very easy, provided you don't do schoolboy errors like be aggressive with them at the start. I find aggression does not work. However angry you are, don't be aggressive, because what happens is they get aggressive back and then nothing gets resumed. I mean, sometimes you do have to sort of back down and say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cause offence, because that's the answer. Then what happens is they go, oh, I'm sorry, I'll drop it. You say, oh, sorry, they say they're sorry, and you've got them for at least another 3 months. But as it goes on, I've had Hans Rogolski now tell me he wants to move on. At least it must be a dozen times. At least a dozen, because, and you know, I'm not prepared to let some of these players go when the 25, they haven't even hit the peak yet, and they want to move on. Now, I've paid £10 million for some of these players, and I'm not prepared to move them on. I've had them when they were a kid. I've not had them at their best. Why should I? Okay, I'll get a lot of money for them, but why should I do that? I don't understand why that's going to happen. Anyway, let's go over the fixtures here, because I just thought it was a bit ridiculous. Where are we from? Okay, February. We, as I say, we drew Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Now, again, I don't know what it is. We just keep drawing Bayern Munich. I genuinely, honestly, it's been a constant stream of Bayern. They're really good as well. I'm talking about in the Champions League now. We didn't really deserve. This is going to be a common theme of we didn't deserve to win here. But now Andre Torre scoring a 90th minute penalty. As you can see, okay, check this out. Just check this out. Yeah, this is funny. I thought, okay, look, we've got 1 goal. It's only a 1 goal deficit. We can bring them back to their place, and we could probably battle them, because that's what we've done in the past. You know, we've had tight tense fairs at the Allianz, but then what happens is we just take them back to Jump Park, as it is, and we beat them like 5, 6, 7, 8-0, and that has happened before. I don't know what it is, but this now, I don't know if this is going to be the same one. It might be the one where he saved here. Yeah, he saved. Okay, so he saves that. I'm thinking, oh, for God's sake, you know, this is it now. We're not going to score today. There you go, 3 minutes of injury time, right into the 90th minute. Mensa's corner, and it's another penalty. It was, well, it says they clearly feel that sometimes the game is right with that, saying it was quite harsh. Apparently, it was harsh according to the media, so to speak. But then again, the media hypocrites on this game. Torre stepped up again. I knew he wasn't going to miss, because they can't miss. He cannot miss 2 penalties in a row. It's a game. So, but there you go. So we could have even been 2-1. Well, actually it wouldn't, because we wouldn't have got the resulting corner. But there you go. However, we did suffer a defeat in that although we beat Leeds in the League Cup earlier, we couldn't beat them in the FA Cup, and I made a bad error with these playing likes of again young players. You know what? Sometimes they're just not good enough, and you screw up. But as you can see, 3 away games in a row here. We managed to win it all there finally. Morales, who goes on a bit of a goal spree for a defender. I mean, how many goals did he score all season? Great, what a signing he's been. 8 goals. 8 goals down here. Obviously, you got the 6 there. 2 man of the matches as well. And 4 assists, not bad. 8 goals though for a centre back on his first season. That's pretty decent. Admittedly, they had a red card, but there you go. We then played Birmingham in the League Cup final. potentially the worst final I've ever played out. We, honest to God, Birmingham scored and then sat back the whole 90 minutes basically until Andrew Horton popped up with this. I thought we were going to lose. I just thought, you know what, it's not our day. I'll show you a few other stats as well. I think we hit the woodwork like 3 times or 4 times or something ridiculous. So at this point here, I'm thinking, okay, absolutely all hands on deck. Let's just overload or something. And then Horton, I brought him on actually. He wasn't playing. Rogolski and Torre played. They were shocking. I'll show you the stats. Yeah, Torre wasn't put, not Rogolski. Oh, sorry, I didn't bring him on. I brought Rogolski on. Larson I brought on, sorry, who scored the penalty, as you can see, in the 86th minute. So it was a complete turnaround, and we basically, it was a smash. In terms of goals, it was a smash and grab, but in terms of, you know, like, let's have a look at the, let's see, match stats. I think we hit the woodwork. Okay, we didn't, but at least, okay, it wasn't this game, but I think there were a few other games where we just hit the woodwork every game. It was like Liverpool last season in real life. We just hit the woodwork all the time. Let's see, lots of free kicks, as you can see there. Possession wise, we battered them mostly. Well, we both ran the same. I love these little stats. I didn't realise these existed until recently. But yeah, as you can see, in terms of the scoreline, it looks like a smash and grab, but honestly, it wasn't. They sat back for pretty much the whole 90 minutes. There was also the person who gave away the penalty. There was a guy called Joe Crouch, who was a former youth academy player for me. So that was handy. We then played City at home. Don't know what happened here. Well, I think what happened was they got their goal and just came all cocky, and I think it gave them a bit of a kick up the arse at our time as well. We were 2-1, but I said, look, it's we've got to do better. Schmidt always gets himself booked as well. He's and that's one thing he does actually do a lot. Gets himself booked. But we then played Tottenham as well, 2-0. Lizio scoring. Again, I don't know what it is, but maybe we got a bit lucky that the fact that the teams really didn't turn up. I don't know. And then I was to say again, we just do it every time. We play Bayern Munich, and then we come home and we just batter them. Muyo got sent off, but yet we still managed to win 3-0. Look at the amount of bookings, by the way. Okay, we got, including the red card, we had 7 cards. They had 4. That's 11. That's unbelievable. I don't know who was this ref. Marino sounds like a queer. Right, I'm only kidding. I don't know. That was a strange one. Sometimes you just get, trigger happy card refs. When it's like they just book everything. It's like, they, for some reason the game likes to book people for shirt pulling. I don't know if it's because these are really, really strict refs, but you don't half get some mad decisions. It's like, it's like ex-player were held him back by pulling his shirt. The referee has produced the yellow card. It's like no one ever gets booked for shirt pulling. In the middle of the field, it's like sort of close to the box to deny a goal scoring opportunity. Yes, I kind of get it. Just for normal shirt pulling, it's not that big a deal in the middle of the park, and the majority of them are. As you can see again, it's just lots and lots of victories, just pushing on really well. We just goal score's been fine. Played Lyon then in the Champions League quarter-final, 3-0 home. Rogolski and Schmidt, the 2 gems there, doing very, very well. Then I had a bit of a blip here against Wigan. Again, this guy, I hope to God this guy's not the new Stephen Leginick. He's Australian, and I actually found this guy before. I didn't realise he played for Wigan, but I was looking through I'll show you. Look, this is how the current world rankings are. You can see Australia at 12th, which I imagine is a high for them. But England are 10th, which is a bit weird. I wouldn't say that's a disproportionate top 10 at all. I mean, Ivory Coast is a little bit high, but Brazil are perhaps a bit low. But and Spain, what the hell's happened to Spain? I didn't even notice that. But we've got some weird ones in the sort of the top 10 here. As I say, Nigeria, that's kind of understandable. Australia, I'd say Australia have good potential, man. I think they could be somewhat higher up in the future if they keep going the way they're doing. Tunisia, weirdly, in 14th. Scotland in 19th. The Democratic Republic of Congo at 20th. That's a weird one. I never thought I'd hear myself say that. Romania, well, then again, Romania, they've shown a lot of potential in the past. Mexico, who were the world champions a few years ago, or still are, maybe. They're doing, obviously, they're still there. So, but I went through, just to see, let's have a look at the obscure teams. And I went just, top value. Who's up there? It's Frane Galicic. I think who wants him currently? Derby. He's annoying. This guy, he's scored against me a few times. This guy, but once again, as you can see, a bit of a troll ball manager here. One shot on target, one goal. Screw you. And again, obviously we recovered the way against Sunderland, but went back to Lyon 2-0. To Lyon, that is, not to Liverpool. We held on. Good lord. They got an early goal, so I basically set 2 defensive. Oh, we got away with this. We got away with this. Morales didn't have a great game. He's very hot and cold, Morales. He can be excellent one game, but other games, he's a bit weak in defence. Not the best game of what Mino was a bit ineffective. Herrera had a good game. I will say that. It doesn't really reflect there on the rating, but he did make a few vital saves. But we managed to go through somehow, just holding on at the end. 2-0 against Wolves there. And then we played Barcelona. Yes, Barcelona in the I don't know what that was, by the way. Sorry about that. Barcelona, first time I played them in a very long time. Now I've gone over them before, where in this game they're not the terrifying monsters that they are now. They're not Messi, Villa, still playing for them. Yeah, Puyol, Piqué, Victor. I can't even. I forgot. My mind's just gone blank who plays for Barcelona. I'm getting caught up in these games. But we played them at home. Once again, a few more bookings. I think it's because I think I say get stuck in. I think so. Yeah, that's a bit of a thing there. But again, Rogolski and Torre. I probably make the substitutions way too late here. The game really skipped on. I was clicking away, going substitute, but it wouldn't, because it literally went from like 60 to 79 really quick. You know, when there's no highlight. I mean. So I couldn't really make the subs until the last few minutes. I was like, fuck's sake. And then it took like 5 minutes for the damn thing to process it. You know when like you make a sub, it'll stop, and then it'll say making tactical changes. But then it just skipped on ahead again, and then it made the sub. I was like, what the fuck? You know, so yeah, that was weird. Rogolski and Torre were poor. They were really poor. I did too late to put Ligonic and Horton on. That was the game's fault though, so I'm not putting any blame there. And then now, this was where we won the title. Yes, we won it at Goodison Park. Now this, when I talked about drama, this is where everything picked up. This was shades of 2001 and Gary McAllister right here. So here we had it. Goodison Park, we win the title. Simple as that. That was the equation at this point. But things started. Actually, I'll take over this one real quick. I'll show you the highlights entirely, because this was phenomenal. As I say, shades of Gary McAllister in 2001. Probably the best derby ever. I mean, just for entertainment, obviously, and not even from a Liverpool point of view. But this was literally from the kickoff. Started, I was like, okay, here we go. Let's win the title. And then this happened. Let's see, Vasov gets caught out, Trombetta gets caught out, and Xiaomin Sang scores literally inside 30 seconds. I don't even know where that came from, but this guy is he's quite lethal. So that was that. Then we Horton scored for us, and I thought, okay, here we go, we're back on target now. I don't even, how long was that? I was right before half time as well, so yeah, that was vital. Made my team talk a bit easier. Now here we go, just on the hour mark here now. It's still 1-1 obviously, and I think I've set pretty much everything to attacking, and you know, it's like, let's go for it. And Horton again, Andrew Horton obviously in front of the Gladys Street. Let's be real here. Scoring obviously to put us 2-1 up. So at this point, it's like, yes, we're going to win the title. That's it. We're going to win it. Goodison, that's great. Obviously, it doesn't matter to the game, but you know, it's just a little psychological thing in your head. And then it's Anthony Kerr, of course, the former Arsenal player. An England player who really treated him. It wasn't really good. I didn't treat him very well, so that was a bit of revenge for him. He scored against us last season as well. But this, here we go, 95th minute. There's 5 minutes of added time. I'm thinking, oh, we're not going to win it. Jeremy Terry, yes, on the break to win it at Goodison Park. 3-2, 95th minute winner. Unbelievable. That, as I say, shades of Gary McAllister. I don't think it was as good a goal as McAllister, to be honest here, because it was been 30 yards out, that goal at least. But when that went in, I was doing flips and shit around the room. I was crazy. That was fantastic. So yeah, we won the title of Goodison. I don't think I've ever done that before. Maybe potentially I've ever done it in nearly 120 odd years. So yeah, so that's the title wrapped up. What about the Champions League? Don't ask me how, but we did it. I'll take you on over this again. Yet more drama. This one, we've had a few. We haven't had much drama lately. I think the best one, though, hands down, has to be that like 6-5 Tottenham game. I think that will forever be probably, at least definitely in FM12, my best game ever. Unbelievable game. But this is how we start now. You've been wondering, Daniel Ferret is playing there. You see, he's only 20. What's he doing starting here? He's good. Is he good enough really to start in the new camp? I'd say he is. I'd say he. Well, actually, no. He is. The reason, though, was because my entire centre midfield, except him, was suspended or ineligible. I always let the assistant manager do it because basically a lot of people have noted how when they download the save, like my holiday time is like quite high. The reason I do that is because I just sort of holiday in between matches. I do a lot of holidaying. I don't mean to holiday the games. I mean in between matches, and when it all adds up, it's quite a high number. Especially, I mean, I holiday the odd game. I don't do too many. I mean, I might holiday 2 or 3 games, maybe a little bit more if I'm really in a rush or something. It's like 10 o'clock at night. It's in March, and I want to finish it by the end of the night. Yeah, I might holiday a few more, but not a few more than I usually do. But no big deal. It's the end of the bloody game anyway. Let's be honest here. It's FM13's out in a few weeks, and yeah. So that's that. The reason that all my midfield then were completely ineligible. They were either ineligible because my stupid assistant manager Ion Galan didn't pick them. Again, I'm going to be replacing it with Trevor Sadler, who is now a first team coach. What I'm going to do is going to replace Galan, whose contract runs out at the end of this, so he's going to run out in like a week. He's gone. I'm going to update Sadler as upgrade, I should say. Sadler as my assistant manager. He's got a very similar philosophy to me, 4-4-2, all that type of thing. That's the type I'm going to be playing, by the way, in FM13. No, none of this Brendan Rodgers 4-3-3 stuff. And I'm going to be promoting Fredinho to first team coach. So there you go. Anyway, this is the new camp here. We start off Muyo. What a start! Off to flyer, 1-0 in the new camp. I'm thinking, oh no, we're gonna dismantle this now. It's not going to look very good for the for YouTube. But no, back came Barcelona. Don't know how on earth that happened. Ramirez, I don't know, he got a bit rushed there. There's Thomas Abels, of course, who is now an absolute beast for some reason. I know he's a massive fringe player. I don't know what it is, but when I think that goal was coming, to be honest. So it was 1-1. We're still ahead in away goals. This is literally 20 minutes later. So I don't know what it is. Anytime I sell a player to Spain, they all of a sudden are absolute tanks, absolute beast. And here we go. This is now just after half time, just after the start of the second half, and yeah, Javier put Barcelona in front. I thought, okay, so we have to go for it, and as you can see, there you go. Well, you may have missed that. Let's do it again. I got distracted by Juan Moreira legging it. Legging it to the other end. You can kind of see there the point I'm making about putting on overload and stuff. Look how far the keeper comes forward. But let's look at that one again. So it was Vasov's throw, keeper on the ball this time, Lizio, and it's an own goal from Zenaro. So that was the winning goal. It was an away goal. We won it there. I would have liked one of the players to have scored, of course, but what can you do? That is the winner. So we're through to yet another Champions League final. So at this point then we'd already won the title, so I was going to be lackadaisical obviously with the whole thing. We drew against Man United, who are actually again getting better. 2-0 against Blackburn. Torre with 2, and then final game of the season was against Arsenal. I think I may have even holidayed this one. Mino got us a late winner there to stop us from losing twice. I think we only lost one. Who did we lose against? Who was like? We always seem to lose just one game, and it's like against some rubbish. Man United. I'm going to say fair enough. So yeah, that was the end of the season. And so a decent end at home. But what about the Champions League? How did we do, and who are we going to be playing? Well, the Southern semi-final was between Shakhtar and AC Milan. Yes, Shakhtar Donetsk. I don't know how they got up there, but yeah, they seem to be doing quite well. It's going to be at Wembley. Can we make it 2 in a row? Yep, we can. 2-0 at Wembley in the Champions League final. Manolo Trombetta, the former AC Milan centre-back. Yes, I bought him from AC Milan a few years ago for £10.5 million as a 15-year-old, and the £10 million doesn't look very nice now, does it really? AC Milan, and then Landry Torre getting the winner. So that is 2 in a row. That's also our 3rd final. If I just go past the winners here, as you can see, that's 3 finals in a row. We have, with the exception of 2040. I mean, even then we were 2039. yeah, so we'll say we won in Rome, won in Madrid, and now we won in London. No, we didn't win in Rome. Sorry, we got to the final in Rome, but then we beat City and we beat Milan. So yeah, that's pretty good. Again, you know, not every season we're in the Champions League final. A bit of a gap there between 2024 and 2010. There was a massive gap actually. I really wanted to win, but I just couldn't every time. Because either we had to play Real Madrid or Man City or someone who were really, really good. Yeah, so that's 2 in a row, 3 finals in a row, 2 wins in a row. I wonder if we can make it 3 in a row and potentially 4. Finals in the Olympiastadion in Berlin, I think. Yep, there is Berlin. And yeah, that's it. So you are now fully up to date, and that's how everything stands. So Club World Championship, we were playing Schalke in the Europa Super Cup, won the League Cup, didn't win the Community Shield, didn't win in the FA Cup, won the Premier League, and we won the Champions League. So I'm going to be letting a few players go. Mario Vasov here has requested that he wants to leave. He wants a new challenge. He will be leaving. Let's see who else is going. Mendiola will be leaving, I think. He's getting on a bit now. He's 31. I'm going to let his contract run out. His wages, I've mentioned, are complete. I'll show you. I don't think he might offer as much now. Look, for a backup, and he is a backup, that is absolute. Look, that's what, and look at that appearance fee. So that's £250,000 on a backup player. Do you even with all the money I've got on here, do you seriously think I want to pay that? No, I don't. Fuck off, Mendiola. What about Zamora? I didn't even know that was a real place. And yeah, and Juan Manuel will also be going. He's not terrible by any means, but again, he just wasn't like the absolute quality. And finally, Gary Parisi, who I tried to hold on for quite a while, but unfortunately he has been sitting on the bench for a long time. And he was unfortunate because he wasn't quite good enough, but at the same time I had Robinson Maron come in, who was way better, and he will unfortunately be taken over from Juan Moreira, or I might even start to rotate them as Moreira gets a little bit older. So I will be bringing in a lot of new faces, and I hope to be able to present them to you next video. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Easily my best season ever. I won't say ever, but easily my best season for a very long time. I think possibly on FM12. Finally done a quad, not the big quad that we all want to win, but yeah, I don't think that's is it feasible? I don't know. Anyway, that's enough from me. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. So bye bye.